Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you made it here tonight. We will be reading from the book of Numbers today. And we will be reading from the Holman Christian Standard Bible. And today it is 2 chapters. Just chapters 21 and 22. So let's do this. When the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel was coming on the Atharim road, he fought against Israel and captured some prisoners. Then Israel made a vow to the Lord, "If you will deliver this people into our hands, we will completely destroy their cities." The Lord listened to Israel's request, and the Canaanites were defeated, and Israel completely destroyed them and their cities. So they named the place Hormah. Then they set out from Mount Hor by way of the Red Sea to bypass the land of Edom. But the people became impatient because of the journey. All right, here we go again. And the people spoke against God and Moses. "Why have you led us up from Egypt to die in the wilderness? There's no bread or water, and we detest this wretched food." Told you. Here we go. Then the Lord sent poisonous snakes among the people, and they bit them so that many Israelites died. The people then came to Moses and said, "We've sinned by speaking against the Lord and against you. Intercede with the Lord so that he will take the snakes away from us." Well, that's brazen. And Moses interceded for the people. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Make a snake image and mount it on a pole. When anyone who is bitten looks at it, he will recover." So Moses made a bronze snake and mounted it on a pole, and whenever someone was bitten and he looked at the bronze snake, he recovered. The Israelites set out and camped at Oboth, and they set out from Oboth and camped at Abiram in the wilderness that borders Moab on the east. From there they went and camped at Zered Valley, and they set out from there and camped on the other side of the Arnon River, in the wilderness that extends from the Amorite border, because the Arnon was the Moabite border between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is stated in the book of the Lord's wars, Waheb and Suphah and the ravines of the Arnon, even the slopes of the ravines that extend to the site of Ar and lie along the border of Moab. From there they went to Beer, and the well the Lord told Moses about. "Gather the people so I may give them water." And then Israel sang this song, "Spring up, well, sing to it." The princes dug the well, the nobles of the people hollowed it out with a scepter and with their staffs. They went from the wilderness to Mattanah, from Mattanah to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth, from Bamoth to the valley in the territory of Moab near the Pig-Sah highlands that overlook the wasteland. Of course they did. Israel sent messengers to say to Sihon, king of the Amorites, "Let us travel through your land. We won't go into the fields or vineyards, we won't drink any well water, and we will travel the king's highway until we have traveled through your territory." But Sihon would not let Israel travel through his territory. Instead, he gathered his whole army and went out to confront Israel in the wilderness. When he came to Jahaz, he fought against Israel, and Israel struck him with the sword and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, but only up to the Ammonite border because it was fortified. Israel took all the cities and lived in all these Amorite cities, including Heshbon and all its villages. Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and had taken control of all his land as far as the Arnon. Therefore the poets say, "Come to Heshbon, let it be rebuilt. Let the city of Sihon be restored. For fire came out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It consumed Ar of Moab, the lords of Arnon's heights. Woe to you, Moab, you have been destroyed, people of Chemosh. He gave up his sons as refugees and his daughters into captivity to Sihon, the Amorite king. He threw them down. Heshbon has been destroyed as far as Dibon. We caused desolation as far as Nophah, which reaches as far as Medeba. So Israel lived in the Amorites' land, and after Moses sent spies to Jazer, Israel captured its villages and drove out the Amorites who were there. Then they turned and went up the road to Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, came out against them with his whole army to do battle at Edrei. But the Lord said to Moses, "Do not fear him, for I have handed him over to you along with his whole army and his land. Do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon." So they struck him, his sons, and his whole army until no one was left, and they took possession of his land. The Israelites traveled on and camped in the plains of Moab near the Jordan across from Jericho. Now Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. Moab was terrified of the people because they were numerous, and Moab dreaded the Israelites. So the Moabites said to the elders of Midian, "This horde will devour everything around us like an ox eats up the green plants in the field." Since Balak, son of Zippor, was Moab's king at that time, he sent messengers to Balaam, son of Beor, at Pethor, which is by the Euphrates in the land of his people. And Balak said to him, "Look, a people has come out of Egypt, and they cover the surface of the land and are living right across from me. Please come and put a curse on these people for me, because they are more powerful than I am. I may be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land, for I know that those you bless are blessed, and those you curse are cursed." The elders of Moab and Midian departed with fees for divination in hand. And they came to Balaam and reported Balak's words to him. And he said to them, "Spend the night here, and I will give you the answer the Lord tells me." So the officials of Moab stayed with Balaam. Then God came to Balaam and asked, "Who are these men?" Balaam replied to God, "Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent his message to me. Look, a people have come out of Egypt, and they cover the surface of the land. Now come and put a curse on them for me. I may be able to fight against them and drive them away." And God said to Balaam, "You are not to go with them. You are not to curse this people, for they are blessed." So Balaam got up the next morning and said to Balak's officials, "Go back to your land, because the Lord has refused to let me go with you." The officials of Moab arose, returned to Balak, and reported, "Balaam refused to come with us." So Balak sent officials again, who were more numerous and higher in rank than the others. They came to Balaam and said to him, "This is what Balak, son of Zippor, says. Let nothing keep you from coming to me, for I will greatly honor you and do whatever you ask me. So please come and put a curse on these people for me." But Balaam responded to the servants of Balak, "If Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go against the command of the Lord my God to do anything small or great. Please stay here overnight as the others did, so that I may find out what else the Lord has to tell me." God came to Balaam at night and said to him, "Since these men have come to summon you, get up and go with them. But you must only do what I tell you." And when he got up in the morning, Balaam saddled his donkey and went with the officials of Moab. But God was incensed that Balaam was going, and the angel of the Lord took his stand on the path to oppose him. And Balaam was riding his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing on the path with a drawn sword in his hand, she turned off the path and went into the field. So Balaam hid her to return her to the path. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow passage between vineyards with a stone wall on either side. And the donkey saw the angel of the Lord and pressed herself against the wall, squeezing Balaam's foot against it. So he hid her once again. And the angel of the Lord went ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn to the right or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she crouched down under Balaam. So he became furious and beat the donkey with his stick. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she asked Balaam, "What have I done to you that you have beaten me these 3 times?" Balaam answered the donkey, "You made me look like a fool. If I had a sword in my hand, I'd kill you now." Okay, how is this normal for him? The donkey starts talking and he talks back. This is normal. Maybe it was, but still, that is okay. But the donkey said, "Am I not the donkey you've ridden all your life until today? Have I ever treated you this way before?" "No," he replied. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the path with a drawn sword in his hand. And Balaam knelt and bowed with his face to the ground. And the angel of the Lord asked him, "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? Look, I came out to oppose you, because what you are doing is evil in my sight. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If she had not turned away from me, I would have killed you by now and let her live." And Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know that you were standing in the path to confront me. And now, if it is evil in your sight, I will go back." Then the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but you are to say only what I tell you." So Balaam went with Balak's officials. Okay, it's a little bit of whiplash there mentally. You can go, no you can't, yes you can, no you can't. Okay. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Moabite city on the Arnon border at the edge of his territory. And Balak asked Balaam, "Did I not send you an urgent summons? Why didn't you come? Am I really not able to reward you?" And Balaam said to him, "Look, I've come to you, but can I say anything I want? I must speak only the message God puts in my mouth." So Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kiriath Huzzah. Balak sacrificed cattle and sheep and sent for Balaam and the officials who were with him. In the morning, Balak took Balaam and brought him to Bamoth Baal. From there, he saw the outskirts of the people's camp. And that, my friends, is our reading for March 4th, 2026. Thanks for hanging with me. Appreciate it. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care, and bye for now.